Hi, folks, this is Mountain Man coming to you from parts unknown. How is everyone tonight? I appreciate you all tuning in. Everybody who's watching the live stream and everybody who watches after my live stream, thank you very much. And while you're thinking about it, hit me with a thumbs up. Ha ha ha. Or if you're just tuning in, never watched before, give it a little time. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, give me a thumbs down. Tell me to go soak my head in the comments. But anyway, well, Mr. T gave another presentation speech or what have you. And it was pretty interesting, and I watched it and took a few notes. And he came up with a new term, or at least the first time I heard it was guard the vote. That might make a good t-shirt. What do you guys think? Guard the vote. And because it's getting to be accepted by the majority of Americans that something was rotten in Denmark, even to the point where the guidelines on this platform I'm using now allows some discussion about it. You know, I can't go overboard in the comments still, but at least it's gotten to be such a discussed issue that they, you know, if they took down every video that alluded to it or discussed the matter, it would be a big problem. So that in itself is a big plus. Wouldn't you say? Ha ha. So, hi, Andrew. How you doing? Hi, Alicia. Sherry. Nice to see you. B-Dog. Melinda. Quilt. Rick. Tennessee. Ha ha. Nice to see you. Marla. Patriot Missile. Joel. Everybody's rolling in. That's good to see everybody. So anyway, I just like this little meme, taking a break from horsing around, because I've been in low gear for a while because I think I got 5 days left, and I will no longer have Damocles' sword hanging over my head, and so we'll be able to be a little more. Hi, Fancy Oak. We'll be a little more lively, and I won't have to speak as much in tongues. But while people are coming into the chats, oh, I know what I can do. I can play a video. We got a good crowd in, so I'm going to put. Did I get that video? Let me go out of my studio and get that video. It's a 9-second video, and I want to see if anybody guesses. Let me upload these little videos I've got. It's always something, like Rosanna Dana said. Remember her? It's always something. So let's see. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, Lawrence O'Donnell, that creep. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 6 little snippets I'm going to show tonight. Ha ha ha. 6 little snippets. But let me see. All right, I'll put this on the screen. And I'll play it later when more people come in. And, you know, you guys that are with me in the chats now, when I play this later in the video, y'all don't spoil it, okay? Because we'll have another probably 100 people come in or better. So, you know, we've had 200 people come in sometimes. But anyway, we got some serious looking guys standing around here, right? Can y'all agree with me on that? And it's all black vehicles and, you know, looks like Secret Service. Who are they? Who are they guarding? Who are they guarding? Who is the very important person? And I want to see if you all guess it before I play the video. It's only like 6 or 9 seconds. And hi, Damon. How you doing? Hi, Debbie. SM, how you doing? Gloria. RSLS, how you doing? Zaza, nice to see you again. So, how you doing, Rick? So let me see if anybody can guess. And I'll play it later on in the broadcast, and don't spoil it for the late comers. We welcome everybody, whether they're early, late. Hi, Joel, how are you doing? Whatever, as long as they get in, and if you miss it, you can always get up in the morning, have a cup of coffee with Mountain Man. Ha 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 ha. Hi, Nikki, how are you? Yeah, she said hit the thumbs up. I agree. Miss Sue, how you doing? Marla's in here too. Yeah. Sherry said Mr. T. Rick said Junior. Junior, there's a number of juniors. Hi, Nick's Creations, how you doing? Good vibes, she said. So I don't see any guesses. Who is the mystery person that is being so heavily guarded? Ha ha ha! Tennessee's a JFK Jr. I'll be darned. Well, we're going to see who it is. You're going to see it when I hit the play button. I just want to see if anybody guesses it. I just want to see if anybody gets it. Me? Yeah, you see old character getting out with a big beard on his face, still got a busted foot, got to walk around with a cane. Got coveralls on and a plaid shirt and corncob pipe. Yeah, we got to watch. Nikki said Tucker. Reba said Mr. T. It's somebody, I think this is more for... well, I don't know. We'll just see. Somebody that has to be looked over. Looked over. And it's unusual, wouldn't you say? Except now, for heads of state or former heads of state to have this kind of security, wouldn't you say? They're not looking like they're playing around. When they sit there with their hands clasped in front of them like the guy is there in the red tie, one of their hands is, a lot of times, it's a dummy hand. And what they just whip out a automatic Uzi. G. SM says G. Miss Mendersue said number 35. Joel said O. Well, the clock is ticking down. Let's see. Let's go 10 seconds. 7:51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. Okay, we're coming down. Going once, going twice. Anybody guessing? Marla said Pompeo. All right, going once, going twice. Any more guesses? All right, I'll play it now. Remember, when I play it later in the video, don't everybody that's in the chats now spoil it. Here we go. Ah! Look at that little creature. Look at that little mess. Right there he is. That's, that's who it is. And that's when the video cut off. How you doing, Doc? The rules are don't nobody spoil who was the person in the limousine, because I might do this test later on. But anyway, yeah, do you see who it is? Ferret face ouchie. So I think this is more for not security, but for detention is my personal thoughts on the matter. Give me a thumbs up if you think I'm right. So let me get that off there in case we get some more people in and I pull it later on. You're drinking a drink, Tennessee said. Hi, let me see. Mike 1176, how you doing? Looks like a rat. Yeah, hi, Wanda. Nasty little goblin. TJ Katz is gonna puke. Well, I didn't mean to do that to you. Yeah, that was the quite the amazing little thing. I find these little snippets and stuff, and like that clip or that article I had with Michelle Obama going on Air Force One with Joe Biden and not having her hubby around or her significant other. Yeah, Doug, no, it wasn't a good guy. It was a baddie. Rotten to the core. So anyway, here we go. I found this one. Maybe you all have seen it. I covered that young man the other night, Friday night. And somebody, I put in there, Trump is mocking. He's mocking these losers. I was going to put in there that it's really time for us to start stepping up. I know we've been mocking with the memes and stuff like that, but it's time where we just don't take, even with relatives, just don't take them seriously. If they come up with the old stories, the old snide remarks or anything like that, just give them a little smile and shake your head like, that you're being foolish. And that's what they're being, is foolish. Getting all upset over that kid dressing up like it. And here's what we got in government. Now, I had a little article I didn't put up. I had it about a week or maybe 2 weeks ago where Marjorie Taylor Greene was going to reduce this character you see on the screen and Pete Buttigieg reduce their salaries to $1. Now, I don't know how that went, but it was at least a good. Yeah, I'm getting some thumbs up. I think he is. I think he's being escorted around by his detention detail. Kind of like if you ever watched The Sopranos when they took Johnny Sacrimoni out for his daughter's wedding, same thing. Black SUVs and a very strict supervision. So anyway, I was putting up different things Elon Musk had been putting out. Because I pointed out, and a lot of you don't need me pointing it out, but in case there's somebody tuning in just trying to find out what's going on with our side of the fence, with Elon Musk, this was on, said go F yourself, but anyway, there's a real weakness in wanting to be liked. I don't have that. The Twitter takeover was a huge portion of this information dissemination operation. Many of you heard me say it many times that it's been financed by the Department of Defense, and Kash Patel laid it out for us, said the same thing. So, yeah, I'm paying attention to Elon Musk. You know why? And I'm putting up what he's saying as much as I can. Like I put up 3 or 4 different quotes he had and posts he had. I'm paying attention because the normies and the wokies are paying attention to him too. That Keith Olbermann, he's back. He said he was never going to post on Twitter again. He's back on there again because where does anybody pay attention to somebody like him? He can't walk away. So, well, here's something he put up. I'll cover my horse a little bit. Strange standards. Elon Musk put up. Big brands were more than happy to advertise on Twitter 1.0 when they deplatformed a sitting president of the United States. Never forget that. They took down, when those judges said he was not performing his official duties on January 6th, are they that stupid that they didn't hear him invoke the Insurrection Act, telling people to go home, go to their abodes, their homes, and be peaceful, just like is required in the Insurrection Act? and that Twitter took that official presidential proclamation down. I think we'll be hearing about that in future trials or commission hearings or something of that nature. But anyway, when they deplatformed sitting president of the United States and interfered in elections, but now they want to pull out because X supports free speech. It's some strange standards, that's for sure. So anyway, we'll be keeping an eye on Elon because I played a video a long time ago where he came out and said he was afraid for his life. He has to travel with extra security. And it's probably 10 times worse than that now. Keep that in mind, folks. He is a marked man. So anyway, I've got on there Trump mocks. Well, he didn't post a lot today, but he did post this little snippet. Robert De Niro. Anti-Trump speech mysteriously replaced in the teleprompter at an award show. My mic cut out. Actor Robert De Niro got a taste of Hollywood's own medicine when he was reportedly unable to deliver his planned Trump-bashing speech. Boy, I tell you, that it was probably so embarrassing. Even the nasty liberals that handle these awards things couldn't even let it play because it's starting to get embarrassing for him. But anyway, the, quote, Killers of the Flower Moons actor spoke at, I don't know, whatever show it was, and Trump responded to that right after he truthed this out. He put this up. Robert De Niro, whose acting talents have greatly diminished. You know, one thing about these Hollywood actors, they're pompous asses. They have egos as big as a Goodyear blimp. And stuff like this from a coming out of a mouthpiece like Truth Social, millions of people reading stuff like this drives them nuts. Okay? With his reputation now shot, he must even use a teleprompter for his foul and disgusting language, so disrespectful to our country. He has become unwatchable, both in movies and with the capital letters fools that destroyed the Academy Awards, bringing them from one of the top shows in the country to a low-rated afterthought. De Niro should focus on his life, which is a mess, rather than the lives of others. He has become a total loser. And as the world watches, waits, and laughs. So, you know, Robert De Niro's just got to sit there and eat it. He's got to take his time to publicly mock and publicly excoriate these morons because people know what's up. And the other thing that Trump truthed out, I just got the photo of it. I don't have video, but many of you all seen it. No comment. He just put this video up of this young soldier that described his day that day, that it was time for him to turn in his gear after serving 4 years in the Army. And he got charged multiple thousands of dollars for equipment that he was instructed to leave behind in Afghanistan. It was, I think, $4,000 or more. And that's what they sucked right out of his paycheck. And he describes how they told him to leave it behind. And it's a reminder, a stark reminder for people how we got punked on that day because of the Biden administration. So the truths roll out and roll out. The mocking continues. Here you go. Here's a nice little meme for you. This is the way they are right now. When you think about that meme I put up with a little little kid in the Chiefs outfit and that mess sitting underneath them, and how Robert De Niro is acting like a jerk. Keith Olbermann's always been a jerk. They can't make themselves look good no matter what they do. Where is that one meme I had? Here we go. No matter what the Democrats do. Let me put this one up. This is a fact. Talk about a trick box. They're in a trick box. I support Israel, Islamophobe. I support Palestine's anti-Semitic. I support Palestine and Israel. No Muslim votes, no Jewish votes. I don't support either side. You must pick a side, so they can't win. That's just with this one subject. How are they gonna win on some of these big subjects that are starting to get into the minds, like the identity of children? I mean, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-olds. That it's amazing that it like nationally sprung up out of the ground after Trump left office. That's when they really started pushing it and disclosing a lot of the stuff publicly, what they were doing with our tax money and this new Medicare or whatever Obamacare system. Really was just a vehicle to corral young people into that and have it paid for by a bunch of, in my mind, I have to watch what I say, but unwell individuals. Why am I being so cautious? Let me see. I'll tell you why. I looked at my other video I did Friday night, and I guess I said something because I got a fact check. I'm sitting on the edge of my seat. I'm thinking, I got just a few more days, 5 more days or something like that. And I'll at least won't be in that big of a danger zone. But I pulled my video up to see what was going on with it, because I had something weird happen. I was watching videos yesterday, and every video I pulled up had 222 likes. Every one of them. I took screenshots of them, and I got to about half a dozen or more, and I said, I'm not taking screenshots, because it was just, I guess it was stuck. And, you hear creators say, that there's something fishy going on with their likes and dislikes and actual viewerships. And so made me wonder last night. So I said, well, let me see what's going on in my video. So I pulled it up, and here I was watching it, and then I took a screenshot. Now I was talking about Elon, any parent or doctor who you see what it says. So slings and arrows, not immune, can they see? I had a context thing stuck under there. I guess kind of like a fact check. I don't know. And I said, what's this all about? I don't remember talking about it that much. I didn't watch the whole video from Friday. But I said, why? Why in the world? What did I say? So anyway, I said, it said learn more. So I clicked on it, and it went to Wikipedia. And this is, I guess, just to keep the record straight with my video. God forbid somebody would think that I was trying to say something other than what's in Wikipedia. So in the early afternoon of Wednesday, January 6, 2021, 2 months after the defeat of 45th President Donald Trump in the 2020 presidential election, a mob of his supporters attacked the United States Capitol building, Washington, D.C. This is Wikipedia, so it's got to be right. The mob sought to keep Trump in power. This is what people can read if they watch my video. They can click on this and get told, just in case they misunderstood me. They might have misunderstood me to say that people were dressed up like Trump supporters, and they were really operatives for some people that don't mean us well and or belong to an agency that has 3 letters in it, like F dot and a B dot I dot. That, like, I would ever say such a thing. But so here you see the truth right here on Wikipedia. And they did that to prevent a joint session of Congress from counting the Electoral College votes to formalize the victory of President-elect Joe Biden. And according to the committee that investigated it, the attack was a culmination of a 7-part plan by Trump to overturn the election. Have you all heard about a 7-part plan? So I haven't, They may have alleged it, but I don't remember making note of one. But apparently that is their claim. There's a 7-part plan. So that is what was underneath my Friday video. Very disappointing. So I have to be careful with everything I do. Okay, so everybody's heard about Patricia Dixon put this out. And I also got a video from Nikki about Jesse Waters. But anyway, you can't make this up. Derek Chauvin's attacker, John Tursak, is a former FBI informant. And that's from the Gateway Pundit. And of course, we got a picture of Derek Chauvin here prior to his unfortunate incident. And I watched a number of videos on it, and also watched, where is it? I got a screen grab of Jesse Wawa talking about it. Where is he at? And I came across yesterday an interesting video of a guy, done by a guy who's got supposedly contacts in the big house. And that's in the big house that Chauvin is in. He's got a contact named Smokey. But anyway, this guy that they're talking about, his name is John Tursak. And I'll stop this video and interrupt it for copyright purposes. But here is what this guy, who spent a lot of years in the joint, you see him there? You see him there on the right. He spent a lot of years in the joint. This is from News Nation. And, I've never trusted News Nation because they hired Chris Cuomo. But Chris Cuomo, as we talked about Friday, is coming out, normalizing being for Trump, okay? You got that crazy, nasty comedian, I can't remember his name. He came out leaning toward Trump. You've had Bill Maher. Even though he knows he's probably going to get Mo, he might be thinking he's going to get some kind of a deal. He's coming out for Trump. And then Chris Cuomo coming out for Trump. But anyway, this guy, I believe, is a genuine article. He's been in a joint. But he'll tell you what he heard about what happened with the Chauvin incident. I'll go ahead and play the video now.
You tell me what the phone call was that you got and what was said.
So I got a phone call from my friend Smokey. He's an inmate inside over at Tucson. And here's the deal. This guy, John Tursak, he was a federal informant for the FBI like in 97, 98. And he cooperated in a huge Mexican mafia investigation. There was like 40 people. Now, he picked up a grip of time himself. The guy's been locked up for what? 20, 22 years. Well, he's 30 months to the gate, as they say. He's 30 months to getting out. And he planned this. He's terrified of getting out because they say there's a contract out on him. So he wanted to stay inside the prison. And this is why he did this. He's a white guy. He's not affiliated with Black Lives Matter. He's not affiliated with the Mexican mafia. They would like nothing more than to kill him. And this protect.
I'm just interrupting real quick because he's talking about a cell phone conversation from an inmate. And I can tell you that happens a lot. I remember in, it's been some years back. It's been about 8 or 9 years. I had a friend who was a journalist, and he was on the phone with, I could hear the guy's voice, and he asked me, do you want to say hi to him? Do you want to say hello to this person? I said, I just waved my hands in front of my face with my eyes big open, real big, like, no, I don't want to talk to him. But I heard him on the phone with this person, and I heard the person's voice, and I could have talked to him anytime I wanted to. Guess who it was? It was Charles Manson. So he had about 3 or 4 phone calls with Charles Manson over the course of 3 weeks. And I could have spoke to him anytime I wanted to, but I don't want that kind of vibe going in my ear. I didn't even like the fact that I could hear his squawking from where I was sitting with my friend. Thank you, Nikki, for putting up the Buy Me a Coffee link. I've got a link in the description for Buy Me a Coffee. Now, keep the timeline in mind here, what he's talking about, this guy that committed the act. He may get to this, but he may not. This guy is a Serbian. His parents were Serbian heritage. He is not of a Mexican ethnic group or what traditionally people of color. All right. He ratted some serious people out. 40-some people went to jail from the Mexican mafia because of him in 1998. Okay, that was 25 years ago. He's got nothing left to offer the FBI. He's rotting in jail on a reduced sentence. What he should have got by rights was probably life, but he pled it down to 30 years and he cooperated. He has nothing left to give the FBI. Believe me, the FBI will forget about him. But I'll tell you who will never forget about him is the Mexican mafia. And he was very close to completing his sentence and being released. He would have gotten no support. He would have got no witness protection program. He'd have been fair game, this guy. And he's like I said, his parents were, or one of his parents was Serbian. He's a white guy, and he spent the greater part of his life in prison. And he knows if he goes out, they're going to get him. So I'll let this guy continue.
Custody stuff, Tucson Medium. I mean, he's not PC. He has run of the yard. There's different kinds of federal prison, although having like minimum, low, medium, and high, they have something called a dropout yard. And a dropout yard is where they put people that are like sort of protected, but they're not. The staff can't be everywhere. It's like R.J. Kelly, he's sitting in Butner, North Carolina as a sex offender. That's a dropout yard. So they're real careful about who they put in these places. You know, what's his name? Tersak, he really hadn't gotten any trouble while he was there. But he wanted to be high profile and he wanted to stay in prison, which I understand his reasoning as to why he did that.
So can I ask you, if that's the case, he would have said something like, here's my reason I did this.
No, he's not going to
Black
tell
Lives
them that.
Matter.
Well,
So you're saying that that's just a story that's being fed by the jail? By the prison?
Well, Ash, you know what? He didn't tell them, gee, I wanted to stay inside. Okay, first of all, there's some weird things going on. The BOP has something called, that's the Federal Bureau of Prisons, called SIS, Special Investigative Section. They have people that are called SIAs, Special Investigative Agents. They will investigate the crime, and then it takes about a week or so, and they'll refer it to the FBI. Well, the FBI picked this stuff up, I don't know, a couple days after it happened. So they're kind of fast tracking things. And he's not going to be honest with them and say, well, gee, I just wanted to stay in prison. Not at all. This is not a secure facility. It's a medium security FCI. It's got 2 fences around it, roving patrols with cops ready to light you up. You try to go over the fence. Cellular living, but during the day, inmates are milling around the institution. They have what's called controlled movement. It's kind of like when you were back in high school, there was passing periods between classes. Well, they open the compound every hour, and inmates can move freely between different locations, and then they close the compound. The reason why they do this, it's like a security protocol. In case there's an incident, a riot, a disturbance, whatever, they know who is where and they can contain the problem. And it's interesting, first of all, the BOP, they're shorthanded across the country. They are. After COVID, people left, people retired. And on Black Friday, because it's a holiday weekend, essentially, there was probably a really, really short shift of staff working. So they weren't prepared for this to happen. I mean, it is a medium security, but he picked this day, has nothing to do with blacks or Mexicans or Black Lives Matter. He knew he had a better chance of pulling this off with a short shift of staff on duty.
So there you have it. He did it because he knew if he got out, according to this fellow here, and he heard it from an inmate at the facility. And let me tell you, prisons are, gossip goes around faster than a sewing circle. Let me tell you, in prisons, they got time on their hands. Everybody wants to know what's going on. And you can tell this person was for close to 30 years under some level of protective custody because he was at this place where they put Chauvin. And he knew when he got out that he wasn't going to make it long. You know, he could have got out and gone a year, 2 years, whatever. But it's a matter of principle for him turning in 40 people to get a deal. It would be a matter of principle, and they would have done something to him at their leisure. He knows it. It's the safest place in the world for him. And how quickly these things happen, I've discussed, and I showed a brief clip on Rumble. 9 seconds, it was that guy on the street with his girlfriend. He said something got in a conflict with a guy who was not doing well. And from the time that KNIFE came out, he chased him down the street, hit him 4 times. You know what I mean by hit him. And he was over with in 9 seconds. So they said, 22 times. I mean, it's not like the guy's sitting there drawing marks where he's going to, make his next incision. It's just fast. It's very, very, very fast. And, they were shorthanded. Yeah. And it happened. And the guy is never going to get out of prison now. And that's probably, by now, after almost 30 years in the joint, he's got some kind of life structured. He won't have anything when he gets out except the fear of death. And so now, could it have been that he was put in that facility just to get Chauvin? Yes, possibility. Yes, possibility. Are there people that want to get rid of Chauvin? I believe there are. So I've talked about Michael Francis, how he has some dirt on Comey and Fibby. And he didn't talk about it while he was in custody, but now that he's out and he's a more of a high-profile person, I think we're going to be hearing about it. He's somebody, too, that if they thought he would have talked, he probably wouldn't have made it out. So anyway, let me see what's going on in the chats. Oh, JFK, yeah. They, the journalist that I was telling you about that was on the phone with Charles Manson numerous times, and I was sitting right there listening to probably 3 or 4 of the calls. He was scheduled to do an interview with the the Texas Ranger that was standing right next to Lee Harvey Oswald when Jack Ruby shot Lee Harvey Oswald. And he was getting ready. He had an RV. He was getting ready to drive to Texas in the RV. Asked me if I wanted to go. And I was thinking, I said, I might do that. I'd like to meet that man. He's well into his 90s. And if you remember that photo of Oswald getting shot, Oswald's holding his stomach, got his mouth wide open, and standing next to him is a guy in a white 10-gallon cowboy hat. And that was the guy we were going to interview. And my friend who worked for the paper, no kidding, about 4 days after I left, I was going to come back the following week and get with him. He had a heart attack and passed away. No kidding. So I didn't get to meet that law enforcement individual who's standing next to Lee Harvey Oswald. But anyway, so we'll have to see how this Chauvin thing shakes out. One thing's for sure, we haven't heard the last of it. But as far as mocking these freaks and bringing up their past, here I got a nice little clip here. Look at this. Look at these. All 3 of them are nauseating. And this one in the middle, I call him Lord Haw Haw. Hi, Lone Wolf. Jerry Lee, how you doing? Lord Haw Haw. If you just Google that name or put it in YouTube, see what happened to Lord Haw Haw. He was a media personality. But anyway, let me play this for you. It's about Joe while he was running for president, and gives you a little insight into what they were doing with Bill Barr and versus what's happening now with Merrick Garland.
The Attorney General of the United States is not the president's lawyer. It's the people's lawyer. And you remember when you were there with Pat Moynihan, we never saw anything like the prostitution of that office like we see it today. It is not something the president is entitled to do, to direct either a prosecution and or decide to drop a case. That is not the president's role, responsibility, and it's a dereliction of his duty and the dereliction of the duty of the, you had whether 2000 was it, or former attorneys general and or people who worked in the office said the president attorney general should resign. It's what's going on is an absolute travesty, a travesty of justice. That will not happen, I guarantee you.
So he was calling Bill Barr Trump's lapdog, basically, and that he should resign. They were threatening to impeach Bill Barr. That's just a little blast from the past. And what he said at the end, it will not happen under his presidency, I guarantee you. And who do he have sitting on the far left was the queen of election denial, what's her face, out of Georgia. And somebody asked me, who's the guy in the middle? That's Lawrence, what's his name, from MSNBC. He's constantly bashing Trump, got his own show and all that kind of stuff. And I think we're going to see him. I think some of these media personalities are, at the very least, are going to be doing some jail time. So, Fat Stacy, right? That's her name, Fat Stacy. You don't call her a fat pig, though. Like Mr. Trump said, don't use the word fat pig. That's not nice. We don't use the word fat pig when we talk about Stacey Abrams. She's just fat. So anyway, so just looking through the chats real quick. Anyway, here, let me get this meme up for you. I got to get my memes up and quit being so serious all the time. Let me see. Here's one about immigration. I think, with Meta, I don't know if I don't go on there anymore. Maybe I should. I'm not supposed to give up the battlefield. But this was on Utizzle, so I guess it's okay if I put it on my little broadcast. Somebody nice helping out with a refugee, help them get out. They dance and run away and a rainbow in the background. Isn't that nice? Oops. I'll be darned. Didn't work out the way they wanted it to. Isn't that something? Oh, this came up this afternoon while I was putting my stuff together. Awful situation. New York PD officers slashed with a steak knife. This is a YouTube video in Queens. Four, count them. DEAD, okay, and 7 got it. There was one person in the household. They were all relatives, children, wife. One of the kids survived. I think it was an adult child. And 2 officers were injured. So 7 altogether, 4 of them didn't make it. So, I just put it up because it happened today. People are going to be hearing about it. But it doesn't bode well for the arguments against GUNs, right? This is something that I found was interesting. I saw posted. I got a screenshot of it because I want to remind people of stuff. This is a Breitbart article. Hazmat-suited, quote, big white men return to disinfect China as pneumonia grips the nation. Now, I might get a video shot of where somebody was talking about how it's in America, but this one lady doctor was talking about how it is causing what's called walking pneumonia, and as a lot of us know, it's affecting mostly younger kids, preteens, and there's no new pathogen that's causing it. And a lot of people are saying that it might be happening because in their formative years, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, that their lung capacity, the efficiency of their lungs, their immune systems may have been weakened by the practices, of restricting their breathing, if you know what I'm talking about. And that they're more susceptible, they're weaker. But the reason I put this article up, because I want to remind you all about Canada. When the truckers were doing their thing, there were people breaking up the crowds. There was an airplane from the UN that dropped off uniformed people where you could not see their faces. And they were oversized goons, that spoke a language nobody knew what the hell they were saying. And I was thinking they were Slavic or they were from the Ukraine area, from the steppes, somewhere like that. Because they're corn-fed there, man. They grow them big. And I talked about back and forth mercenaries, people who get paid to go around and participate in deep, and then the other word is state activities. So here you've got this situation going on as CHYNA, right? Wouldn't you say that that's awfully weird? Yeah, that's what they call it, SM, mycoplasma, pneumonia bacteria. Hi, the cat, speak out, y'all. Yeah, they call it white lung disease. I had pneumonia back in 1989. And I looked at x-rays. I couldn't believe it. Both my lungs looked like they were full of clouds, of bright white swirling clouds in my lung. That's how you can see pneumonia. Your lung shows up white from the congestion. And that's just a term they're throwing out there. But you ever look at someone's lungs who has pneumonia, they're white. That's how they can tell. But just like murder horns, they got to come up with some kind of new term. It's pneumonia, pneumonia, pneumonia. Whether it's bacterial, whether it's fungal, whether it's viral, it does the same thing. So anyway, I'm going to do my quick quiz. I'm going to do it quick this time. So you all pay attention. Everybody who was, I got some other videos to play, but I said, who is this secret person that's being guarded right here? And in this mysterious black vehicle with a guy standing there with his hand over his other hand, there's a Uzi in that sleeve. Who is that important? All the new people in the chats, you got probably, I'll say 20 seconds to give me a guess. Who's this very important person that has got this black vehicle or cortege with him and all these dark-suited men protecting him? Who could it be? And no spoilers from earlier in the chats. And then after, let's see, it's 5:20, 22, 51. All right, I'm at the 52-minute mark. I'm going to play it. So who do you think it is? Who do you think is this very important people? Is it me? Kate Fava says me coming out. Somebody guessed that earlier. Like I said, if you see somebody in coveralls with a corncob pipe and a cane, yes, that's Mountain Man. But y'all, Angel, were you in there earlier? Anyway, there he is. There he is, Angel. Angel, I don't know if you got it or if you saw it earlier or not, but there he is. The old creep himself. So anyway, this is what Dan Scavino, I said keep an eye on Dan Scavino, right? So he put this post up, and I don't know, it's just a few seconds long. And I said, and when I first started playing it, I said, he's just playing the last three bars of the opera that Trump played at his White House when he won the Republican nomination. But no, you watch where he is while he's filming this and playing the last three words of the aria Trump likes. Where is Dan Scavino? And why did he post that? He posted this yesterday, I believe. So Dan Scavino was in Mar-a-Lago living large and went ahead and played that aria, I will win, I will win, I will win. How you doing, Kush? I don't know if he was wearing an ankle bracelet or not, Andrew. I'll have to, I'm sure that was the extent of the clip I had. And here's something else Trump played. Time to mock him. Time to get him worried. No way out.
He's going to win this election.
Trump.
What about you, sir?
Trump.
Yep. And what about you, sir?
Donald Trump. Ditto.
Ditto. What about you?
Same.
You think Donald Trump's going to win? What about
Yes,
you?
sir. I think so too.
So, of course, we're in Georgia, and it's pretty much Trump country, so I'm not surprised that you got a lot of folks that feel like Donald Trump is going to win.
Just everybody in a place and everybody in any other place you go into, Trump's going to win. I got one video, it's 25 seconds long. I'm not even sure what it is. I can't see nothing on the screen. But anyway, folks, let me see. Here we go. Here's another video. I mean, another meme that should push some buttons. The dress up like a clown meme. The inflation scare doesn't match reality. Forbes magazine. Inflation looks bad now, but it's pretty much sticking to the script. Why the inflation we're seeing now is a good thing. Inflation is your fault. So anyway, if you want to get a screenshot of that, there. Let's just see what's going on in the chats. Hi, Roy. How are you doing? Nice to see you. Hi, Larry. Ian, how you doing? So, anyway, what have y'all heard about this movie here? The Shift. The Shift film. I've been seeing it on Truth Social. And I saw a review of it. I listened to a young man's review, and he liked the movie. It's kind of a modern day story of Job, and it's very engaging and fast paced moving. You think it's going to be a big success. So his only fault with it was he felt that they didn't focus enough on the story of Job, but he got it. He thought they did a good job with it. He just wanted it a little more focused on the story of Job. So we'll see how that goes, but it's going to do a lot better than a lot of the movies we've been seeing, especially coming out of Disney, Pixar, and all those other creeps. I still can't get over this one. I can't believe it. I haven't heard anything about it except for this picture I got and somebody making a brief message of it. But boy, Disney making a movie about the island with a guy that just looks like Jeffrey E. So we'll see. I'm going to do something with this picture, have a laugh out of the damn situation. But let me see. Oh, here's the story. Did I go over this? Do you all remember me going over this thing? Yeah, I went over it. Former Maryland prominent mayor sentenced to 30 years in the joint for child porn. So let me play this clip here. What do I got up here? I got a clip. That's 25. Let me see what this is. Let me play this little one for you. See what it is. See how it shows up on my screen? It's black and I'm like, I can't even remember what I took there, but I'll play it for you. I remember what it was. Let me see if anybody gets it in the comments what that was. That was a plane that was supposed to head to Davos. Okay, this plane was supposed to go to not Davos. Supposed to go to Qatar, I believe, or somewhere like that for a climate change summit, global warming summit, and It got stuck in the snow. Yeah, I see. Yeah, it's in Germany. You're supposed to go to the United Arab Emirates. I saw that in the chats. Yeah, that's what it is. Climate change. Well, I tell you, my mom used to say when she would see like really nasty weather over in Germany, she'd say, give it 6 weeks. 6 weeks, we're going to get it here. Say, oh, 6 weeks. And sure enough, 6 weeks later, we'd be buried in snow. So anyway, I forgot what the heck that was. Here we go. Here's a good one. Rub it in their face. Rub it in their face. Their stupidity. If I have to be drug-free in order to keep my job, shouldn't you be drug-free in order to keep your welfare and food stamps? Yes, I fully agree. Oh, here we go. Citizen Free Press put this up. Kamala. On a post-conflict Gaza, no forcible displacement, no relocation, no siege or blockade, no reduction in territory. Well, I tell you, the Jewish people are going to have to handle that situation on their own. They're the ones who had their country violated. I've read the stories. I got a clip in here, or a snippet from New York Times. Israel knew. They knew about the, where is it? I had it in Friday's broadcast, but I didn't put it up. The New York Times saying Israel knew about the attack and didn't do anything was the insinuation. I can't see it right offhand. But that is such a cheesy accusation, because they knew something was going to happen in 1948. They knew something was going to happen in 1958. They knew something was going to happen in 68, 78, 88, 98, 2008, 2018. So something happens in 2023, they can't. They hear all kinds of chatter, all kinds of plots. A lot of the plots are ruses to test defenses. Of course they knew something was going to happen. But for that to act like they laid back to and then just let those people be slaughtered is that's a disgusting psyop to be put out by the New York Times. They ought to be slapped for insinuating that. We knew about 9/11. We knew about Pearl Harbor. But I'm sure a lot of intelligence services in Israel, if they would have knew exactly when and where it was happening, they would have acted. But you got rotten eggs in every bunch, in every endeavor that we have. That's how badly they've infiltrated us. Look here. I talked about Salman Rushdie the other day and popped up on my screen on my recommended videos. The good guys don't always win. Salman Rushdie on Israel Gaza. Peace feels like a fantasy. I said he went all those years. He wrote the book called Satanic Verses. What, he went 20 years underneath a threat of death, and he ended up getting his eyeball stabbed out, and he almost died. These jihadists, as Mr. T puts them, they're unforgiving, they're not rational, and they're in our government, and they're in a lot of different spheres of influence. Let me put this up here. I didn't get a clip of this. How many of you all saw it? I don't know. Roseanne Barr. She was thrown out. I didn't take a video clip of this because there's no way I could play it on this platform. But it says, Citizen Free Press says, Roseanne visits Bill Maher's podcast, Fireworks Erupt. Now, she did get salted. She got bristled up, but she was nice, and it smoothed out. But she brought up stuff about the VAX. She brought up stuff about how billionaires want to KI and then double L us. I mean, she's throwing out truth bombs with Bill Maher sitting there not knowing what to say. But it started out with he was making her a drink, and he stuck his hands in the ice to put ice in her drink. And she said, did you wash your hands? Did you go to use the bathroom and not wash your hands, and now you're putting that ice in my drink? So it was funny. And he said, well, I've got special chemicals that in case I forget to wash my hands after I pee, it won't get on the ice. And she said, oh, you're for chemicals. I know you are. You're for chemicals. You're for all the stuff they put in our food with Moderna. And he said, no, I'm against all that kind of stuff. So she really took off after him. And you got to remember, this Bill Maher guy has been carrying the liberal flag for decades. And then all of a sudden, here's Roseanne Barr tossing out some heavy bombs, and in a comedic way. But at the beginning, it got a little sparky. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Doug. How you doing? Jerry Lee. Just looking through chat, see what's going on. Hi, Christina. Yeah, they're up here with the jets again, huh? Giving us those man-made clouds. You can't find it anywhere outlandish that I put up. I'll put the picture up again if everybody can look it up. You know, they didn't hardly put anything about Wish. Now you can find stuff about Wish, but they had a lot of money in that. They lost a lot of money. So they didn't put anything about that. They didn't put anything out. They kind of got discovered with that joke of a movie called Snow White and the Seven Freaks instead of Seven Dwarfs. Here he is right here. I can't imagine somebody did it as a joke. Pixar, The Island. Maybe somebody put it up as a joke. What is this one? This is from the other night. Let me see what this is. Oh, a former FBI agent warns Vivek is being marked by the feds. I'd get some very, very competent help. Some very competent people to do intelligence work for you before you went places. Jesus, be careful. So that's nothing to sneeze at there. So we got this big spectrum of people like Vivek, all the ones I mentioned earlier that used to be on the outside of the so-called conspiracy theories, they're all being pulled in and all being able to see that this kind of stuff is very real. Very real. And this is another confirmation of it. C.I.A. And I had this last about 4 days ago and didn't put it up. I've been told people that know that this pro-Hamas senior CIA analyst also predicted there'd be World War III if Trump moved our embassy to Jerusalem. Makes a lot more sense when she lets the mask slip and we know how she really feels. Trump will clean this out on day one. Glaringly poor judgment. Top CIA official scrubs pro-Palestinian images from social media. So anyway, I'll put this up for y'all. We're in December now. It's not just for Catholics, but December. The month is dedicated to the Immaculate Conception, patroness of the United States. Let us prepare ourselves to celebrate the Lord's birth into the world as the incarnate God of love. Happy Advent. December is Advent, and just a little something for everybody to think about, because we're coming up upon the reason for the season. And on my thumbnail, I was going to, and I might change it to this. Let me go out of here in my studio, because we've seen this picture many times, and I want everybody to keep in mind that one of the most historic days, let me see if I can, here we go, was a surprise, happened on Christmas. So the thumbnail for this video, I put a few things on it, and it might be what you see. This is when George Washington crossed the Delaware on Christmas Eve, and they surprised the Hessian mercenaries and wiped them out. And this picture has been posted many times on the boards, the 17 boards, and they crossed in Durham boats. Don't forget that name. He's been in the shadows since those trials he had. That's right, B-Dog, 1.29 thousand subscribers. It's been stuck that way for months. Months. So anyway, folks, I got a buy me a coffee link in the description if anybody wants to help the channel out. I really appreciate Lone Wolf for helping out last Friday, and all the people that's helped me out in the past. I appreciate it very much. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when I go live and you can join the chats. Because I don't know when I'm going to go live again. Probably tomorrow. Yes, let's all hope for an extra Merry Christmas this year. That's exactly right. Because, as Mr. T has told us many times, the best is yet to come. You know, I wanted to get into a talk about these two slobs right here. Twin brother Alexander Vindman, Trump impeachment fame, announced to run for Congress in Virginia. Talk about traitors. Both of them are dual citizens. Tweedledee and Tweedledum A-double-S. This is another one I never got to put up because I didn't want to make myself sick. but I feel pretty good today. I'll put it up. They're still pushing us. Trump had mentioned how Forbes got sold out to China. Recently sold out to China, and he called it a rag. And here they got Dylan Mulvaney on the cover. That's Dylan Mulvaney, the Bud Light creep. So here we go. This is something else Mr. T put up the other day. Right here. Mr. T posted that. Ha ha. No comment. He just put the meme up. Ha ha ha. It's time to totally obliterate this deep state. So anyway, folks, I'm going to play. Let's see. What is this? Okay, I know what I got. I want to play something on the way out. I appreciate y'all spending your precious time with me. And I'm going to play an oldie, but I'll play Putin wiping everybody out. How's that? It's 19 seconds long. To go along with the Durham boat thing where Putin's doing his own Durham boat move. So y'all have a great night. Thank you for spending your precious time with me. I'll be broadcasting again soon. Y'all have a wonderful evening. This is Mountain Man, over and out.
Want to play this? Okay. How can I win? Come on. Okay. You want to play rough? Okay. Say hello to my little friend.